Welcome, everybody, to our New York City week. Not KZ Talk, not KZ Learn. As a matter of fact, I'm putting as KZ Talk, but it's not KZ. Anyways, it's the New York City week. And today I'm joined
Ooh.
by the not at all disappointing, but the Statue of Liberty of teachers. Hello, Dani. How are you?
Hello. Hello. I'm great. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good. And I am joined
Mm-hmm.
by the baby Yoda of the Cleesus family,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Felipe.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, Danny has just asked me, like she said, I want to have a chance to, come up with cool names for you. Like, okay,
Introduce.
okay.
Yeah,
I
so
did
there you
so.
go.
There you go. So yes, today in our New York City episode 2, I would like to say that. That's a cool name. Um,
Mhm.
we are going to talk about our favorite places in New York City. One very important thing, they are all free. So if as soon as you visit New York City, you can visit these places and you don't need to spend a penny. So, you know,
Nananina.
just go, enjoy, and thank us later. We'll be here.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And
Cool.
Danny, would you like to say your first one?
I would love to.
Nice.
My first choice is one of the best tours ever, which is the Staten Island Ferry tour.
Mhm. Yes.
You can take the ferry on the South Ferry station right there,
Yes. 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 Mhm.
and you take it on you take it in Manhattan, and then you cross the river into Staten Island, and then you
Mhm.
can of course come back.
Sure.
It's a free ride. It is a local transportation, so like people who live and work in New York or Staten Island, they use it every day,
Mhm.
and it's a very cool tour. It's
Exactly.
really nice. You can take beautiful pictures there. Well, I
Mhm.
just love it, and it's cool because if you don't have so much time in the city and you want to enjoy the sights, it's a very
Mhm.
cool thing. You don't have to spend money. It passes in front of the Statue of Liberty,
Mhm.
so you can take photos too if you don't have time
Yes.
to go to the
Mhm.
Statue of Liberty. And it's beautiful. I
Yeah.
love it. It's my
Exactly.
favorite.
And seeing
Yeah.
the like the island Manhattan, like going farther away as you approach Staten Island, and then when you're coming back, it's like a scene of a movie. You're gonna
Yeah.
enjoy it too
It's
much.
amazing.
That's
Amazing.
it. That's it.
Morning, afternoon, night, late night is
Mm.
just beautiful.
Yes.
It's totally
Yes.
worth it. Totally
That's
worth
it.
it.
I agree with
And
you 100%.
Faye,
Hmm.
your attraction is near the ferry, isn't
Sure.
it?
Yes. As soon as you get
Tell us.
off the ferry, you will be in the Battery Park. Battery Park is amazing. I love it. Super beautiful. Um, but that's not my favorite place. My favorite place is the walk from Battery Park to the World Trade Center on West Street. As soon as you get off the South Ferry, you cross the Battery Park, and then the end of the Battery Park is West Street. West Street is a street where you have, of course, the area for the cars, basically, and then you have the area for the pedestrians, which is quite large. And that place is a more residential area in Lower Manhattan, and I love it because, first of all, as soon as you get on that street, you will see the World Trade Center at the end of the street, of course. And the more you walk, the taller it gets, I would say, because
Yeah.
it's around like 5 or 6 blocks, and it's amazing. I love it because again, it feels like you belong in the city. You see like people playing
Mhm.
sports, families, kids, people. They just sit there to, I don't know, read a book, enjoy the city a little bit. It's beautiful. Every time that I
Yeah.
went to New York City, and every time in the future that I go to New York City again, I will always visit this place. I love this
Hmm.
walk, and I also love the World Trade Center area. It's very sad. It's very uh, heavy, I would say, the feeling, the atmosphere when you get there. But it's amazing how they could turn this horrible event into a very beautiful scenario, a very beautiful area,
It's true.
and everything else. So I love this
Yeah.
walk from Battery Park to the World Trade Center. And when you get to the World Trade Center, is another great experience. Like I said, sad but
Hmm.
great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Danny, do you care if I continue on for my second one because it's quite close also
Go
from the World
ahead.
Trade Center? Yes.
Go ahead.
So
Not
from
a
the World
problem.
Trade Center, you can walk what, a few blocks? I would say like 3 or 4 blocks, I guess.
Don't know. Yeah, it's not that far, but
Yes, exactly. And you can get a Starbucks on the way, so that's not a problem. Uh,
yeah.
you get to the Brooklyn Bridge. Brooklyn Bridge is my second favorite place in New York City. Not in order, but I love
Mm-hmm,
it as
mm-hmm,
well. First of
mm-hmm.
all, the bridge itself, so beautiful. You have Brooklyn Bridge and Manhattan
It's
Bridge, right,
amazing.
side by side, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the bridge itself, it's so beautiful, and it's quite
So
similar to what you said
nice.
about the Staten Island Ferry. As soon like you, when you get farther from Manhattan, you see like the skyline of the city, and it's so amazing.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like
You
you're
can take
in a movie.
amazing photos there, right?
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
We do have many photos there, and it feels like
Mm-hmm,
you're part of
mm-hmm.
a movie. I got to see a famous person there, but I'm not gonna say who it is. This is for the next podcast. Yes, Danny still hates me for this, but it's your fault. It's not my fault that
Yeah,
you didn't see him.
I know.
But
I
anyways, I
was
digress.
daydreaming with the landscape and
Yes,
missed it. Well, we're gonna talk about it next
yes,
podcast.
exactly.
My one of my New York City frustrations.
Yes, exactly. And when you cross from Manhattan to Brooklyn, when you arrive in Brooklyn, you see that it is different. Even if it's just a bridge away, I would say
Yeah,
it's when you get there, the
the
atmosphere is
atmosphere
different.
is different.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
there aren't there aren't many tourists, so you can enjoy. I mean, there are tourists, but not as much as in New York City, in Manhattan.
In the Manhattan side,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yes.
And you have some amazing sites. You have the carousel, right? It's right by the end
Mm-hmm.
of the bridge. You
Here,
have, is it called
yeah.
Jumbo? Jumbo, where you can see the,
Ooh, now you got me.
yeah, a lot of
I
people
don't
taking
remember
pictures.
Faye.
However, this is not the Brooklyn
Yeah.
Bridge that people take pictures, because you can see like Manhattan in the back and the bridge in front. It's like a very famous street. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
called Jumbo or something, and you can take amazing pictures
Mm-hmm.
there. However, it's not the Brooklyn Bridge; it's the Manhattan Bridge, but they are very similar.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
and there are some amazing
There are some
locations in
bars
Brooklyn.
around. As
Exactly,
soon as you
exactly.
cross the bridge, you can.
Hmm.
There are some bars, some little restaurants,
Sure.
quite pricey,
Yeah.
but you can. I don't know, grab a cup of coffee and
Hmm.
just take some
Walk
photos
around.
and
Yes.
delight with the landscape.
Exactly.
It's really cool.
And I love these areas like when you feel like you're in a movie, as you belong in the city. So my
Yeah.
number one is you belong in the city, going up West Street towards the World Trade Center. It feels
Mm-hmm.
like you belong there. And the same thing when you
Mm-hmm.
go to Brooklyn, it feels like you belong in a movie, not the city, but the movie,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because it's
Exactly.
so beautiful. It's such a stunning view. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Nice. So this
Exactly.
is my number two. Danny, what is
Cool.
your number two?
My number two is do the Brooklyn Bridge tour.
Hmm.
Then you take a subway and you go all the way up to Union Square. When you get to Union Square, you walk 1 block away from Union Square, and you will get to see, I think, probably my favorite place in the whole world.
Yeah.
It's called Strand.
Hmm.
Strand is a bookstore, and it's not those huge booksellers like Barnes and Noble, for example, in New York.
Hmm.
It's a smaller bookstore, and it's so cool because it's very local. So
Hmm.
the prices are amazing. And also, if you are a book or art lover, you're gonna love the place, right, Faye? You love going there,
Sure.
right?
I mean, I love going there for 30 minutes, not 4 hours, right?
Yeah, when I go there, I stay for like 4 or 5 hours
Hmm.
because they have so many things. They have new books, they have old books. You can buy used books as well. There are
Hmm.
so many different genres you can get books from. There are great souvenirs from Strand, like
Sure.
pencil cases,
Hmm.
shirts,
And
socks.
not only Strand, right?
Socks is
Socks,
not
like
enough.
it's what I would say the geek kind of universe.
Yeah.
You got
Hmm.
a
Yeah.
Velociraptor sock there, right?
Yeah.
Was
I
it?
got that. Yeah. So it's
Socks.
about everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so cool.
Hmm.
And the prices are, like I said, it's not that expensive to buy it because they, I don't know now, but in the past, they used to get books from the big chains and
Hmm.
they used to resell on the Strand. So when you get the book, you see two prices. You see the retail price and the Strand price.
And it's,
So the Strand price is always cheaper.
yes, exactly, exactly.
So it's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow! If
And
you go there,
oh,
if you even if you're not a book lover,
hmm,
just see the store. The store is a sight for sore eyes. It's just
exactly.
super cool. It's a very
Hmm.
cool place to visit, and
So
I'm
beautiful.
sure you're gonna leave the store with something. It's
Yeah.
impossible. There's so many cool things to buy there.
Hmm.
Even though we said it's a free,
It's
uh,
free to enter the store.
free to enter, right? But
Yes,
then it's hard. Yeah, your pocket starts scratching. Like you have to buy
exactly.
something.
And you're in New York City. Let's be honest. You're gonna
Just
want to
buy a
buy
little
something.
souvenir.
Yes.
It's
Uh,
fine. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. And
Cool.
especially
Yeah.
if you love books, you're gonna buy many things there at Strand. So
Yeah, maybe like I don't know, 10 books, but
yeah,
I
something
know
like that.
people who did it.
Good luck bringing it back, right, Danny? That's nice.
It's true.
So
But
okay.
then, Faye, when we were making our list, right, we were
Hmm.
discussing about it, and then we decided to add one that both of us love, and it's a free
Exactly.
thing too.
Sure,
Faye, would you
sure,
like to talk a little about it?
sure. This is we did it during the winter and it was really cold, so we didn't
Mhm.
enjoy it 100% because
Yeah.
we got to a moment they were like, okay, we need to get inside a store or something. But it's
And
the
we're
High Line.
freezing. Yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
the place called the High Line, which is a park built on, I wouldn't say on top, but on the old train lines, right? The
Yeah.
old train lines in the New York City, the one that cuts on around the buildings and stuff.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, they made a park, and it's really, really, really beautiful.
Very nice.
Yeah, but make sure you go when it's not so cold because you're gonna walk a
Yeah.
lot. Like we walked for
It's
what,
an
about an
open
hour?
space.
Yes, it's open. It's an
Yeah.
open area,
I
and we
know.
walked for about an hour before we could find an
Yeah.
exit.
Hmm.
And but it is a great
It's
walk.
really cool.
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah, and even for the summertime, right, they have
Mm-hmm.
some chairs that you can
Mm-hmm.
lay down and just stay there. It's not
Sure.
really doable during the winter because it's
Mm-hmm.
too cold.
Yes.
But during the springtime or during the summertime, they have
Mm-hmm.
these large open spaces that you can sit down, read a book,
Yeah.
enjoy the
Exactly.
sight. So
Exactly. And
it's really
we started. We got it on. It was around the
34th,
34th Street, yes,
34th,
and we
right?
went down
Yeah,
to the Chelsea Market, right?
yeah,
So it was about what, 20 streets down, I think,
probably,
kind of.
probably,
So yeah,
yeah.
it's about an hour, an hour
Hmm.
walking, and you can go even further because we didn't go all the way to the
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
But it's beautiful, especially like you can see like the park, the flowers, and how they build it. But
Hmm.
also you're in New York City, like you're in the middle of the city. You're walking. It's higher up, of course, not street level, so you can look around, enjoy the city. You can see the city being lived basically around you,
Mhm. It's
and it's
true.
beautiful. It's really, really
Yeah,
nice.
it's
And again,
nice.
for free. It's a good
Hmm.
walk to enjoy, to get to know the city. And this is
Hmm.
one thing that me and Daniel, like, we always do, which is we don't go so much for the touristic attractions. We go for the city itself. So we
Hmm.
like to
We like
visit and
to
get to know the
walk.
city. Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
we do like
we
to walk.
always keep. Yeah, we always keep track of how kilometers we walk every day. We're not
It's
going to
always
talk about
much.
St. Petersburg in Russia because that was our record. But this
Yes,
is another
yes.
podcast. We can talk about this in another podcast.
Exactly.
But we always compare
Hmm.
kilometers. So,
Yes.
but it's cool. I think
It's.
it's a nice way to walk around the city to get to know.
Hmm.
And there's so many cool things that you find, like those little
Hmm.
stores, and then sometimes you have the chance to talk to local people. So it's
Hmm.
really cool. It's
Nice,
really
nice.
nice.
And there are some many other places that we have already visited, like the Friends Building. I got to
Hmm.
visit where Freddie Mercury used to live in New York. I
Hmm.
think if you search on the internet, there will be many like famous people that lived in New York that you can go around where they lived. It was so cool to walk around where Freddie Mercury lived, and just get to like, oh, Freddie Mercury used to come here, and like, here's a bakery. Maybe he
Yeah.
bought milk here. I don't know. So it was cool.
Probably.
So there are many cool things that you can do in New York City for free,
Yeah.
but
For
these
example,
are uh,
one other thing that I don't know if you can agree with me, but it's also a cool thing to do and it's
sure.
free. The Washington Square Park,
Yes.
which is in the middle of the NYU.
Mm-hmm. The
It's so
university.
nice
Yes.
because again, it's away from the touristic places
Mm-hmm.
and you can see life. So
Mm-hmm.
you have lots of students just studying for their tasks or hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pet park so you can see New York dogs. It's so cute.
Yes.
So there are so many cool things to
Mm-hmm.
do, like, and you don't
Sure.
have to spend that much money
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
do that.
Exactly. So that's amazing. these are our favorite. We decided to pick like just two, but then we mentioned Highline, and conversation can keep going for hours and
Yeah,
hours. But
yeah,
if you want some more recommendations, talk to us. We can
yeah.
definitely help you out. I have been to New York City
Hmm.
4 times. Danny you lived there for a year, and two other
Hmm.
times you visited.
Two
So
other times, yeah.
so
So
we know what we're
we
talking
we're,
about.
we're practically New Yorkers.
Yeah,
So
sure.
come
I
on.
wish. Yes. So that's
Yeah.
it. And this wraps
Hmm.
up our episode today, guys. Thank you very much for
Yeah.
watching. I hope you enjoyed our tips and
Hmm.
suggestions. You can go on Google and search for the pictures. I'll try to add some pictures here to the podcast, but I don't know if it's possible. I'll check.
Yeah, but then
Uh,
I think we're gonna be posting some photos from our trips, right,
sure.
Faye,
Yeah.
on Instagram, so
Hmm.
you can catch them up on Instagram.
Perfect. Perfect. So
Woo.
thank you very much for watching. And as always, I hope to see you around soon. Bye bye, guys.
Yay! Bye.